Hello, myself Ramesh Gondlapalli. In this session 4, we are going to discuss about Linux command basics. The commands are pwd, print working directory, and after that cd, and it is change directory, and we'll see the home variable and mkdir to create the directory. That also we call it as make directory, and rmdir to remove the existing directory. We'll see how to use these commands in Linux or Unix. So this is my server I connected. The first command in this is pwd. So in this pwd, I wanted to know what is my current path. You just give pwd and then enter. So you will come to know where you are and your path. So this is my present working directory. Suppose if I change the path from here, now if I give pwd, now it is showing the current path. This is the directory I am available. Now let me change the directory again. Now I am there now in this directory. So there is another way also is there. You can use the variable also pw capital. So the command is in will be small letter, variable is in capital letters. You can use echo to print it. So this is the same result, you can see it. So let me see now. So I now am in different path. So let me try the variable. So you are able to see where you are. So this is how to use pwd. So alternative, so this variable also you can use it to know your working directory. Now we will see the next command. The next command is change directory. Now I want to change. Currently I am now in temp directory. I want to change from here to some different directory. So I wanted to go from temp to other directory, home, suppose like this. So here I have provided complete path from root. So I'm able to navigate. Let me see now. I'm available inside this directory now. Suppose in case if you give some wrong directory which is not available, so this will tell suppose is not available. You'll get an error message saying no such file or directory. So this directory is not available. So you can check the same. Let me go inside that and see. So there is no directory inside home with the name Ramesh12 here. So that's why we got such a error message. So if you want, you can go any one of the directory. So here I have another folder. You can go navigate. So here I have another two folders if you want. So D stands for directory here. So you can go inside the directory. So here there are no files inside that. Okay, this is how. So now currently I am there now in home Ramesh Linux and then directory. I want to come back to Linux now. So this part, how can I come back? So you can use dot two times, cd space and then dot for two times. So this represents the parent directory. So what is that dir2 parent directory here is the Linux. So you will be moving to Linux. Can you see now? So now if I give dot dot slash dot dot two times I have given now. Now it will be moved from Linux to, so up to here it will move to this directory, and for one more time it will move to up to here. So we are moving two directories back. Hope you understood this. So this is how it works. And also we have another shortcut. If I use cd and then hyphen, so whatever the directory you were there before, so previously I was into Linux, I can go to this directory back. This is the hyphen will work like this. So cd hyphen you can use to go to your old directory, what you are working before. Now this is my current directory. So what was my old in this case now? Home is the old one. So if I use cd hyphen, now I'll be going back to this directory now in this case. So like this also you can use this shortcut while working. Now we will see currently I'm here now in Linux. I'm going to directory 1. Now I know inside this Linux there is one more folder called directory 2 as well. I want to go to directory 2 now from directory 1 itself. So I can go like this, one directory coming back, and then I can use directory 2. This is one method. So now again I want to go back to directory 1. So instead of going in 2 steps, I want to go in single step. So you can use dot dot slash and the directory 1. This is, we are doing it in single step only. We are going one step back and then going to other directory which is available in Linux. Okay. Now you can check your directory here. We moved from directory 2 to directory 1. So these two are in same level. Okay. Inside Linux. So like this also you can use dot dot. So dot dot represents the parent directory and dot represents the current directory here. So you can see that where those are available. So you just give hyphen a here along with ls. So you can see the directories available here. These are hidden directories. So this dot represent current directory. This dot dot represent the parent directory. So that is how it works. So hope you are clear with the cd command change directory how to use. Now we will see the next command, home variable, how to use it. So whenever we log into the user, so by default it will go to one path, default path. So that we call it as home path. So for every user, will be have its own path. So now for my user, I wanted to know what is my home path. You can use this variable home. It is in caps, capital letters. So this is my home path. Whenever I log into my server with this ID, Ramesh, so first it will go to this path, default. This is the default path. And this is my home directory of user Ramesh in this server. Suppose now I want to go to my home directory now. So I can use like this. Directly I can go to my home directory. Or else you can use only just cd and then enter. So by default, if you don't provide any arguments means it will go to home directory. Or else you can try with operator called tilde. So this will also take you to your home directory. Okay. So you can also try. So till will take you to home directory. Inside home directory, I have my other folder called Linux, and then inside that I have one directory one. So it will take you there. Okay. Like this also, you can use the till variable. So home also you can use it in a similar way. So home will take you to your home directory. Inside that I know there is a Linux, and let me go this time directory. You can use either till or home variables, your wish. So this home variables will be defined in the profile section. You can check that. So this is how the home variable you can use it. Home you can use or till also you can use it. Which is the next command. mkdir to create the directory. So mkdir and then I'm creating one directory. So mkdir and then directory name. Directory 3 I'm going to create here with this name. So now ls-ld use option D to see the directory. So now directory has been created. So when it has created, so just now it has been created. To go inside the again, use cd and then there is no file now because just now I have created. So this directory has been now created inside the directory 2. So now I want to create 2 directories at a time, like directory 4 and then directory 5. You can see it here. I'm creating 2 directories inside Linux. So earlier we created only one directory. Now I'm creating 2 directories. You can also use more than one also you can use like this. So it will get clear. Now you can see the directories 4, 5, 6 has been created here. Now in the mkdir, other important thing is I want to create a directory inside directory 4, like directory 4. So dot represent here current directory. Current directory means Linux, and then so directory 4 is available inside Linux, and then here I'm going to create one more subdirectory 1. So let me check directory 4 has been created subdirectory 1 inside directory 4. Let me now. Suppose now if I do mkdir directory 5 and then subdirectory 1 and then subdirectory. So now inside this subdirectory 5 we don't have subdirectory 1, but I'm trying to create subdirectory 2. Let's see what will happen. We are getting an error message, no such file or directory. The reason is we don't have subdirectory 1 available here, so that's why the error is coming. It is unable to create subdirectory 2. So in such cases you can use -p option. P stands for here parent. So in case while creating this directory, if any parent directory is not available here, it will automatically check and create. So now you can see it here, it is available or not. It has been created now successfully. So this is how you can use -p. And also if you see the permissions also, you can see it here for these files. So let me create. You can create a directory with permissions. Suppose I'm giving full permissions and directory 7. Suppose now directory has been created 7 with full permission. So while creating the directory itself, you can specify the required permissions if you have any special permissions required for your directory. So instead of creating and then later changing, so directly you can specify the permissions while creating your directory itself. Now all directories created with 775, but we have given here 777 for directory 7. It has been created with the given permissions. So this is how we'll create the directories. Now we'll see the next command. To remove a directory, we use rmdir. So rmdir and then directory name to remove. So directory has been deleted. Let me see. Now directory 7 is not available. So directory 7 has been deleted. Let me try to delete the other directory. So you can also use more than one argument to delete after this. So directory 6 also deleted. Now let me try to delete 5. So this is giving an error message, cannot remove. Sorry, let me try rmdir and then. So when I use rmdir and then directory 5, it is saying failed to remove directory. The directory is not empty. So rmdir can remove when the directory is empty. That means if it has no files inside that, it can delete. When you have the files inside that, it is unable to remove using rmdir. So we have to use another command called rm to remove in such cases. So you can use -r to remove the files recursively, and then you can use f for forceful. So while using this, be careful while applying. So it may remove the files if you misuse it. Required files also. It will read all the files in this directory and its subdirectories as well. So this is how you can remove the entire directory and its subdirectories and then files as well using rm-rm. So these are the commands so we have discussed in this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support.